Hello, hello, hello. Your local AN is back with another Eric Cooke reaction. This time we have, in all caps of course, because he went to the Amberlin School of YouTubing, How Well Does My Spouse Know Me? Part 1. So the last we heard of Eric and Rickie, Eric is learning to drive, going back to school, finally doing some adulting, I suppose. Rickie got a new haircut. Not feeling it. He needs to grow it out. Let's just jump into this. I feel like this is going to be kind of like a newlywed game style video. I don't feel like the part 1 is going to be necessary, but at a little over 10 minutes each, get that extra ad revenue. Amberlin taught him well. Speaking of Amberlin, one thing I want to point out is in her last video, which was the vegan buffalo wing mukbang, people, when I went to the comments of her video, people pointed out that she recorded that before she even went on vacation. She recorded that the same day she did her Don't Judge Me video. So I was talking about, oh, looks like we're in the second week of whatever. No, we're not. I have no idea what the timeline of her video is. It feels like she records her mukbangs day after day and then just uploads them with like almost like she counts out the videos in between so that people don't think that she's doing it one after the other. But you have some very perceptive hate watchers, Amberlin. Very perceptive. But enough about Amberlin Reed. This video is about Eric and Rickie. So, here we go.
Hello guys, welcome to my
Hello,
channel.
Eric.
So today,
I really feel like Eric should change his title name to like Eric and Rickie, because Rickie is
it's like those
like
little
40% of his
kind of
channel.
game channel, whatever things, like
And
where you kind
trust
of
me,
like, they
most
come up with like a
people,
set question of a set
well, a
list
lot
of
of people
questions,
are
and then they ask
watching.
them, and then
A
you
lot of
have to
people who
answer
aren't
them
watching for
and see
Amberlin
if it
are
matches up
watching
with
for
what they
Rickie.
say. So it's kind of like just a how well do you know your spouse.
A lot of
Or
people
you
want.
could say it's a jock off of WoW Presents, Basis for Cash.
But we're not winning cash, and that was based off a game show. So
Yeah,
that it's not really based off that.
Do I count that as an
They would all be
interruption?
based off each other. Then I don't know. There's some
Because
original
Rickie kind of
or
interrupted Eric
original
first,
show
so
that I
yeah.
just don't know the name of. So,
But yeah, a lot of
let's
people
get
want
into
Rickie to
this.
have his own
Start
channel.
with the first question for me.
My first question: what is my favorite color?
Seafoam green.
Because I kept calling it like a turquoise, but it's like a color of BMO. It's more like a seafoam type of like green, if I remember correctly.
Whoop! I started off backwards. My bad, people.
I didn't see it,
Sapphire?
I couldn't make out what it said.
Seafoam
green?
green.
Ah, I got it right. So that's 1 out of how many?
11. But one of them's like
11.
What's my favorite planet?
Oh, you're just doing one after the other? I thought you were
gonna
gonna
go
do
with Lady
like back
Gaga's
and
song
forth.
Venus.
Jupiter.
Jupiter. See, I don't know. I mean,
Sailor
don't get me
Moon.
wrong. Don't get me wrong.
Sailor Jupiter, is that where it's off? Is that why you think that? Or I mean, not think that. Is that why that's your favorite?
No, it's just like I think it's the prettiest planet. I mean, it is a big ball of gas.
Pretty.
However,
I'm a big ball of gas. We're all big balls of gas.
I think
I've
Neptune,
got big balls of
It's
gas.
better.
You've got big balls
because it's
of
blue,
gas.
and I like blue.
Who is my favorite drag queen?
You have so many. That's hard.
Numero uno.
Nina West.
Nina West, me, duh.
Yeah. Well, because I couldn't decide, and I didn't know because I know you.
I remember when they did the newlywed game with Amberlin and Becky about a year ago, and Amberlin and Becky
Nina West
were not on the same
Becky
page on
Mead,
anything.
Like, even out of drag.
Well, that's what I was trying to think of because I'm like, I remember like how big you were like into Nina right after like it aired, and like because whenever she showed up there and she was talking about like her inspiration for like drag and her comedy, like the Muppets. I can't remember what else she said, but it was a lot of stuff that you absolutely loved and where you kind of like derive your comedy from. So
the episode where they did the Dragacadabra, I cannot say that word.
Dragacadabra magic.
She said she was drawing inspiration from Chris Farley.
Chris Farley.
I'm sitting here screaming at the TV, yes, Nina, you better work. And
She got so cheated.
I don't want to talk about it. No, talking about her makes my leg hair go.
Too soon.
I don't know anything they're talking about.
What's our family motto?
Work hard, stay humble. I knew that one. Yeah, I knew that one because I know that one. You have like that embedded in my head, and you're like, work hard, stay humble. Work hard, stay humble.
Well, that's definitely Rickie's motto. I don't know if it can refer that can apply to both of them.
Get stuff like we need to get that work hard, stay humble.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or like, I mean, no joke. If you guys want to be sweet, go ahead and make us a sign, and we'll put it in our house. Legit.
Yeah, anyone that's
Why don't you ask the artist Anne Boleyn to color you
What's my
one?
favorite type of food?
Well, honestly, Becky would probably do it.
Wait, I should know this. Chinese. I was about to say, if you did not put Chinese, I was like, nope.
I can eat Chinese food 12 days a week.
I can eat it. Day.
Day.
My name's Rickie, but you can call me Day. I'm getting better with it.
You gotta pop your mouth with it.
Oh, girl, that was a good one. Oh, yes, God.
In here, tongue popping like I got more yes, God than the
My
Vatican.
mother does that. Usually when she's on the
Oh.
phone.
Mash.
Next one. I am on a roll. I've only missed one so far.
Yeah, so you got 4 right, 1 wrong.
So, to me, that seems like pretty good odds in my opinion. But
I didn't go to school for math.
I didn't go to school for math.
What's my favorite kind of music? Now, this one has 3 answers. So if you answer 1 of 3, you got it right.
Okay, and
This
what
is one of those onion things.
this is one of them onion things. Wait, okay, so what was the question?
What is
What's
my
your
favorite type of music?
So I guess he could answer genre
What's your favorite
artist.
type of music? Okay, let me first try to go for all 3. But like you said, if I name one, it's correct. So okay. But I would really like to strive and actually go for to see if I can get all 3 of them. Okay, so I know you.
Well, you have been
like
together for a
alternative.
decade.
I don't know if you would call indie alternative. I don't know if that kind of goes in the same. But I know you really like indie music, but I don't know if I should classify that as
indie,
a separate thing or
it's the only good music.
Alternative. I know you like.
Fight me.
I don't know if rap is its own genre. Okay, so I know you love rap. Last, like you just said, you love AC/DC, so I'm gonna say rock, but kind of classic rock. But I also know you love country, so it's there's so many because you have such a wide range of it.
It's like Becky's thighs; they're wide open.
So I'm gonna say alternative / indie. Rap, and then instead of rock, I'm gonna go with country.
Well, however, I put rap, lo-fi, classic rock.
See, I did. Well, at least I got one of them right, but I knew.
No, you got 2. Classic rock. And
well,
rap.
I know, but at the last second I said I'm gonna take classic rock and say country. But I knew you liked classic rock, and I knew you loved rap. So I was I know rap's gonna be in there, but see, I didn't know lo-fi if that's its own thing or if it's considered alternative indie.
Well, to me, it would be its own thing because if you type in specifically lo-fi, that's what I'm saying.
But you also love what is the name of the band? They sing Tin Man, Talk Future Islands.
Future Islands.
You love Future Islands. You love Group Love.
That's actually one of my questions. Later on down the road.
Well,
spoiler.
I knew you loved
It's scary because I'm
yeah, because I knew you loved alternative music, you love Group Love, Future Islands, you just love stuff like that. So I'm I know
we should
how you
specify
are.
Group Love as a band.
Well, I'm pretty sure people know that.
Well, if you don't, you're just sitting here. You love Group Love and
Sleepyhead, The Killers. I don't know if that'd be. Sleepyhead?
I'm more entertained by this video than I have been by the last 5 Anne Boleyn Mead videos.
You could have had a V8. Oh my god, oh, wow.
Because this video is
I love
50%
music,
Rickie.
period. It was a vast question.
That's what I'm saying. It's so hard because it's such a wide like genre that you have. You're like, I like this one, I like that one. Like you have you're kind of like me. You like all different types.
Speaking of music, who's my top 4 female rappers? Favorite female rappers.
Okay.
And if you guys keep wondering why I'm looking down over here, I'm looking at my phone. On my notes.
I think the way they might be dividing this is
Nicki
part
Minaj,
1 is Rickie's
obviously,
questions, and then part 2
Cardi
might be
B,
Eric's
weird.
questions.
What's popping?
What's poppin'?
Oh, no.
I can't remember right now.
No, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Trina,
That one.
Naya Supreme.
What's odd?
So that's 4.
Yeah, you've got them in order, except it's Rashida.
Nicki, Cardi B, Trina. Ah! I only missed 1, but I still got 3 out of 4 on that one. That's really good. Tell me I do not know
My
Who's band. Okay.
music question.
One more music question.
What is my favorite Future Island song? Now, I couldn't pick between one, so there's 2. So if you get 1 right, you got it right.
Oh Lord. Okay, let's see.
Is that your final answer?
Shut up. Okay, let's see. Okay. I know. Okay, I'm gonna go with Tin Man,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna go with Tall Grass or something. Is that the name of the song? Something about Tall Grass.
Back in the Tall Grass.
Back in the Tall Grass. Okay, I knew it was something like that. Back in the Tall Grass.
I strongly recommend if you like alternative music. I wouldn't even say it's alternative. I don't know what it would be called, but
Right.
it's Ancient Water.
Crap.
Back in
the Tall Grass. So at least I got one of them.
Ooh, on the end of Back in the Tall Grass with those crickets.
But I know you said you absolutely love Tin Man. You're like, that's like you absolutely
Yeah,
love.
but if I went probably 2 weeks without listening to Future Islands, so I was like, I got a hankering for it. Plus, Spotify said jump
A
back into
hankering
it.
for it.
The first one I listened to was Ancient Water. Then I had to have Back in the Tall Grass on cue. However, he still got it right. Whose husband is cuter, mine or yours? This is one of those joking questions. Answer it right.
Well, no, because I'm answering like I'm trying to match your answer, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be different than from my opinion. But you're going to say me.
Mine. No. Really. My husband's
Yeah.
cuter. I messed that up the first time I wrote that
That's why I was
down.
like, wait, me,
Because
right?
I wrote that. Oh, that's what I wrote down. Me, duh. And
That's
then
what
I read the question and then I read my answer. I'm like, I'm making that sound like I'm cuter.
What?
Wait, what? Okay, I lied. There's one more music question. Who's my 2 favorite female country singers?
2 favorite female country. This is
It's very
hard
specific.
because like I don't know.
I have 3.
No, we're going with the 2 that you put on there.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know crap about country. I'm gonna
Me
go with
neither.
Loretta Lynn
I don't like country.
and Tanya Tucker.
Loretta Lynn, everybody's favorite.
Dolly Parton. Oh God, I should have known that one. I should have known that one.
Amen.
But I still got 1 right though.
Oh yeah. So it still counts.
I knew you were gonna have Loretta Lynn on there. Like that was just a given. Yes, that was a
It's a
given.
given. However,
Who's in the background? Amberlyn, what are you doing? This is not
But I
your
know you
video.
really
Get
didn't
out.
get,
She's
Tanya
probably
Tucker, right?
filming her
I actually
mukbang
have
or
a
something in
cousin
the
that's married
background.
to Tanya Tucker.
Okay, wait. Who's the one? I'm gonna sound so stupid. And probably be like, people are gonna be like, "What? You don't know that?" Who's the one that Coat of Many Colors?
Pardon.
Really?
Okay, it's Becky
What?
in
No!
the background. Okay.
My favorite Dolly Parton song
Oh my
is
God.
Tennessee Homesick Blues.
I thought there was someone else that sang it too, though.
Oh, there's covers, baby.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. But don't you listen to like a cover of it by someone else? Okay, well, I guess I was wrong. I don't know.
Listen, the love for Dolly Parton is about as runs deep as
Diabetes in your family.
Yes, gosh.
Jeez.
The last one. What is my birthstone color?
Oh my God, this is
Hard
so
hitting
hard.
questions. Ask if the people need to know.
I think
I don't even
mine's
know
just like
my own, and I think it's
brown
like
or
emerald
something.
like that. I don't even know.
I don't like it.
I don't know anyone else's.
He was cute, but he was so wrong. He was so wrong.
Mine's not emerald.
And then in your defense, I don't know yours either.
So you don't know mine, but he's over here giving me slack over me not knowing his. Oh, okay. Yours is like right after, so I'm gonna go with
Peridot.
Peridot, mine.
Oh,
Yes.
it's
I know
Sapphire
green, though. I
because
knew
we
that.
saw that at the beginning.
Right.
Look at that. Oh my
Like my eyes. It's like my eyes.
Actually, it's kind of like his eyes.
Ooh, it's a bit green.
Okay.
What's really weird is
Amethyst?
Amethyst is so
You
pretty.
wish.
It's sapphire.
I was gonna go with the blue color. I was gonna say that.
It should have been diamond because
It should have been Black China.
I should have been Black China.
I should have been Black China.
That's definitely an
It should have been
interruption.
diamond because diamonds were a girl's best friend. However, out of 11,
But exactly, I got 9 out of 11. What's that breakdown?
Interruption.
Let's figure this out.
we ain't gonna do a grade point average just because.
No, we're going to do a grade point.
Be around 90,
I'm gonna fail.
I got an 81.
81.
I got a B. I passed.
The pressure.
I passed. I got an 81%
Got a
on
B.
how well do I know my husband. So,
Almost a C+.
boom.
So,
Now let's see in the next one, whenever I do my questions for him, let's see how well he answered those.
Yeah, that is how they
I hope you guys
divided
enjoyed
it.
this video. though,
First
and
video
look
is
forward to the
Rickie,
next
second
one,
video is
the little part
Eric.
2 where he's going to be answering my questions. So tune into that.
wish me luck. Stay
See you
tuned.
guys in the next one. Bye.
That was actually fairly entertaining. I didn't understand half the stuff they were talking about. But, yeah, I mean, better than Amberlynn Reed's content. And this actually wasn't a bad idea for a video. Like, it seemed like something they genuinely wanted to do, that they had fun doing. And it shows that Eric actually does know quite a bit about Rickie, which he ought to. They've been together for 10 years. And yet, I doubt that if Amberlynn Reed and Becky did a video like this, I doubt Amberlynn would really get much right. And Becky would probably get quite a bit right, because Amber loves talking about herself all the time. So, a couple things I actually did kind of know, just from the recent videos. Like, I knew Rickie likes seafoam green, same color as Becky, and that he's into music a lot. I didn't think he'd be an indie person, alternative, indie, whatever. It seems like he likes pretty much anything that isn't, like, pop, or, like, the non-rap part of hip-hop, like the hip-hop that's almost practically pop, kind of, you know? So it seems like he's pretty diverse in his music tastes. I'm wondering if Eric is going to have the same questions. I feel like probably not, because he answered some of the questions on his own, I guess. While I was watching this, I was reminded of a comment I got on my Eric Got Awful Advice from Amberlynn video. So, just looking it up real quick. Nan Barber said, Rickie's voice scares me. It's the perfect voice for narrating a horror movie set in the South. So I guess Rickie's voice is a little terrifying to some people. I find it a little bit annoying at times, but yeah, at least it's not fake like Amberlynn's I'm a Valley Girl accent, and then she switches over to her boo-boo accent. She's just so fake. But yeah, this wasn't a bad video. It was fairly entertaining. It was nice to see how much they knew about each other. Like 9 out of 11, that's not bad. I'm curious to see how Rickie does, though. Because I do feel like Rickie is more sentimental and is more... I don't really want to say he loves Eric more, but he's like, he'd rather spend time doing anything at all with Eric, just to spend time with his husband. Like, he's more lovey-dovey. So I'm curious to see how Rickie will do in comparison. But if they're choosing their own questions, I mean, it could just be that Eric chooses harder questions or easier questions or whatever. But yeah, I mean, pretty alright video. Eric did some editing here and there. The ratings are good. 2,000 views, 195 likes to 27 dislikes. Eric's videos lately have been doing pretty well in terms of likes and dislikes, especially since he started learning how to drive and has been planning to go back to school. You know, people are proud of him. They're looking forward to seeing how he progresses. So, all in all, not any tea or anything in this video, but I'd say it's fairly entertaining.